his turtle. Give him a hand.
Yeah, I know.
Hang on to him. Come on, they'll call your name when it's your heat time, okay?
The Blackwater Turtle Refuge staff didn't want to take advantage of the other turtles and chose not to enter their turtle in the largest turtle contest, but he is there.
All right, you all quiet down for a little minute. I'll try to tell you a little something about this turtle before I take off. Listen.
Would you be quiet for a moment, please?
My name's Rusty Reed. I'm curator of the Blackwater Turtle Refuge, Indiana's home to the alligator snapping turtle. This turtle here is a breeder-sized male alligator snapping turtle from Georgia. He weighs 75 pounds and he's 50 to 80 years old. The alligator snapping turtle is the largest, second largest freshwater turtle in the whole world. If you all tune in next year and keep your eyes open at Cherubusco's Turtle Days Festival, we're going to set up a display with the turtles twice this big and twice this old. And I'm going to try to make it an educational experience for everybody. So I'll be looking for all of you next year, all right? Yeah. I'm out of here.
Thanks very much. We'll be looking forward to next year. Some of you didn't hear that. Next year, Blackwater Turtle Refuge will be bringing turtles twice as old and twice as large as the one featured here today.
But not many of them deal with creatures that live to be 400 years old.
The little town of Cherubusco is building a tourist trader on Oscar, the legendary giant turtle whose story is now part of local folklore. Tonight we introduce you to a man who takes that legend seriously and has some pretty strong proof to back it up.
Where else but Turtletown, USA would you expect to find the baddest turtle around?
Oh, you got a bad eye.
Whoa, that is a snapping turtle, my friend. An alligator snapper, to be precise. And this is the Blackwater Turtle Refuge in Cherubusco. Rusty Reed, proprietor, curator, guiding light. Oscar here, named after the legendary Busco beast, is Blackwater's prize resident. But he is just one of dozens of alligator and other species of snapping turtle raised in captivity here. Rusty Reed is a man with a mission.
Oh, just increase their numbers in the world, I think, is good. So just keep reproducing them and take it one step at a time as far as that. The goal is just to get them to reproduce right now.
And that is Rusty Reed's mission in life, to breed and raise these remarkable creatures and help educate the public about this animal for which he has a healthy respect.
I don't know. When I look at the alligator snapper, I see one of the world's last living dinosaurs. And that just catches me. And the ability to survive 400 years, I feel, makes him one of the baddest creatures on the face of the earth.
That respect has propelled Reed into the alligator snapper breeding business. The garage behind his rural Cherubusco farmhouse has been transformed into an elaborate breeding environment and ecosystem with natural water filtration systems and complex humidity and temperature controls. These tanks contain breeding pairs of alligator snappers. But Reed is expanding his turtle refuge to the outdoors. He's built a deep turtle pond, kept clean naturally by duckweed and water hyacinths. And he feeds his turtles with natural foods like carp that he catches himself in local swamps. Reed has already met hundreds of people who've stopped by to see his work, and that, he hopes, will help ensure the survival of these noble creatures. When people learn about these animals, Reed says, they understand their value and become champions of Reed's cause, though perhaps not as enamored as Reed himself.
I'll sit around for an hour waiting for one to breathe, and when it sticks its nose up and takes its breath for 2 or 3 minutes, my heart will be pounding. And that's kind of crazy because it's a real low-key activity, but my adrenaline will flow on it.
Kind of crazy, perhaps, but that kind of crazy just might be what it takes to ensure this prehistoric creature's survival for another 100 million years. This is Eric Olson reporting from a rather enlightened corner of 21 country.
You never know what you'll find in 21 countries.
You don't.
Do you?
And in 100 million years, we'll carry that story again, that they're still around.
And in another 100 million years, hopefully we'll have weather like we did today.
You think so? You like this heat and humidity?
No. Near wooded areas.
Some other creatures of nature are attracting many to Churubusco tonight. The town's Turtle Day celebration kicks off this evening, and the main attraction again this year is the best turtle exhibit you'll ever see, courtesy the Blackwater Turtle Refuge. This year, the refuge is showcasing a 150-pound alligator snapping turtle. Owner Rusty Reed says he wants the locals to be educated by his exhibit. Turtle Days runs until Saturday. Marty, check it out.
Yeah, that was big.
Good dinner time video.
Always a good time in Churubusco.
Yeah.
Is the weather going to cooperate?
I think it'll cooperate most.
Sports Show, Unidome, Cedar Falls, March 14th through 16th. See what's new.
Huge boat and RV sales. Shop more dealers.
Lots of family vacations, fishing trips, fishing charters, hunting, camping, and canoeing adventures. Shop fishing tackle. Seminars with Tony Dean, Eric Nag, and the HS Hunting Team.
Family Laugh Stage Show with fishing magicians, plus a giant turtle and trout fishing.
Come on, man, the great outdoors is waiting. Boats, RVs, fishing, vacations, Family Laughs, Unidome, Cedar Falls.
Adventure time.
Sports Show, Unidome, Cedar Falls, March 14th through 16th. Boat and RV sale, plus fishing, vacations, hunting, pro seminars, and Family Laugh Stage Show.
Sports Show Adventure Time.
Come on out to the KWWL Family Fun Stage at the Eastern Iowa Sports Show, March 14th through 16, Unidome, Cedar Falls. This year's fun features the amazing and hilarious Fishin' Magicians and world champion gun twirler Bob Ham. Plus, see one of the biggest alligator snapping turtles in the world and live trout fishing. Join KWWL at the Sports Show. Come on, man, the great outdoors is waiting. Boats, RVs, fishing, vacations, family fun. Unidome, Cedar Falls.
And quite a sight to see. Churubusco was host to Turtle Days, and this huge turtle was the center of attention. His owner claims he's the third largest in the world, weighing in at 165 pounds. His head spans 9.5 inches. The turtle's had plenty of years to grow to this size. He's 150 years old.
They have been found in Indiana, and they're listed as native and protected in Indiana as well. Their estimated Crunch's age to be over 150, maybe 200 years old, and they come up with these dates by weight gain calculations. The average alligator snapping turtle in good health is probably gaining around 1 pound per year as an average.
Quite the lifespan, and some interesting facts about turtles there. This turtle will be slowly traveling to zoos across the country. Time now for a first look at the forecast.
I got a message from a tiger on my answering machine. He said, I got an email from a female monkey. She said, I got paged by the polar bear calling me to bring the whole family on a safari.
It's Crunch time. Crunch is a 200-year-old, 165-pound alligator snapping turtle, but he's only here for 1 week, June 24th to the 29th at the Lake Superior Zoo.
Can you hear it? The call of the wild is calling you.
It's Crunch time at a Northland Zoo. Meet Crunch. He's one of a kind and is currently on display at the Lake Superior Zoo.
Well, Crunch is the third largest alligator snapping turtle that we can find left alive in the world. He weighs 165 pounds and he's anywhere from 150 to 200 years old.
You can see Crunch on exhibit all week at the zoo.
When we return, meteorologist Phil Johnson will join us with more.
This is Paula Sands Live, a daily half hour devoted to the people, places, and events of the Quad City area. From cooking and decorating tips to health advice and local issues, it's the show for and about the QCA. Live from the studios of KWQC TV6, welcome to PSL. Filling in for Paula today, here's Sharon DeRycke.
Well, as you can see, it is 4:30 on this Friday. I am Sharon DeRycke in for Paula today, and we've got a good show for you. We're going to show you how to make a nice, warm blanket that you can use on those chilly winter days that you don't even have to sew to make, so that's a big thing. And if you like to watch television, we have some good news for you if you're into the satellite TV thing here in the Quad Cities. And we're going to take a tour of the Quad Cities' newest fitness center as well, but we're going to start things off with the great outdoors. Yesterday's show was our getaway day here on PSL. If you were inspired to start planning your vacation, you can learn more at this weekend's boat, RV, and vacation show. And one of the featured guests at this year's show is turtle expert Rusty Reed. Rusty is from the Blackwater Turtle Refuge in Indiana, and he's here with some of the turtles, or at least one of the turtles, that will be on display. And they say that you're one of the stars of the show, but it's actually your turtle.
Yeah, actually, I'm just a truck driver for Crunch. He's the star of the show. Crunch is an alligator snapping turtle. He's 165 pounds, and he's 150 to 200 years old, so he's the star of our show.
He is really cool. I went down to the boat show this afternoon, and I don't have a boat, so I don't know a lot about them. But I tell you what, Crunch was what everybody wanted to see. I mean, look, here we have some video of him here. And he's an old guy.
Right. He's 150 to 200 years old. Now, they date the alligator snapping turtle with an average rate of gain of 1 pound per year. They've gained faster than that in captivity in the past, and they've died of obesity. So the average rate of gain of one in good health is about 1 pound per year, and this is how they come up with these ages.
And he's 165 pounds.
He's 165 pounds, so that would put him at 150 to 200 years old.
Now, what does a turtle like that eat? Does he eat all fish, or is he a plant eater? Or?
He's a carnivore. He eats anything that's live or used to be alive. We feed him carp, catfish, clams, or crawdads. We mix it up so he has a variety of nutrition. We've had him for the last 14 years. He will eat anything in the wild that's live or used to be alive.
We've got a picture of him here with his mouth open. That's kind of cool. And
right.
he uses his mouth, kind of opens it up and waits for things to come in there. He's kind of lazy, huh?
The alligator snapping turtle is a real sedentary creature. He has a worm-like appendage on the end of his tongue as part of his tongue. He'll lay around on the bottom with his mouth wide open, wiggling the worm to attract fish into his mouth. That way he doesn't have to go looking for his food. He waits for his food to come to him. Now, they have very powerful claws.
Well, look how
they use these claws, that's right, to propel themselves along the bottom, dig for clams, and to rip large fish into small pieces. His head's 9.5 inches wide, and his mouth is just as wide, so he can swallow something about that big, 9.5 inches across.
Well, you have a miniature
we have a little
Crunch here.
This one's called Crumb.
And you've already told me that he could bite my finger, so...
Well, it would hurt. Anything can bite, right?
Yeah.
This guy is 7 years old. Now, the average rate of gain is about 1 pound per year. The little ones can't gain 1 pound per year. That would be too rapid of a growth. They come out of an egg the size of a golf ball. So the average is 25-pound turtle is probably around 25 years old. Now, there's two kinds of snapping turtles in the United States. There's the common snapper and the alligator snapper. The common is what you have.
Is this an alligator snapper?
This is an alligator snapper. That's what we have out at the Quad City Boat Show.
To the size of Crunch?
Right, in 140 years or so. I doubt if we'll be driving him around. Right.
Will he eat the same thing, just in
smaller portions,
amounts?
right. We give him a variety of food, carp, catfish, clams, and crawdads, smaller fish instead of the carp, and small clams and snails, and we give him a variety of diet. We've had him since he was a hatchling.
Now, if I were to put a piece of paper down there, would it try to bite it?
Not yet. Right now he's being a little timid because we got the lights on him and we just got him out of the water. So in a minute or two, if we were going to leave him there that long, he may start crawling around or fighting.
It looks like he has it's like a tooth that kind of hangs down.
Yeah, it's a little beak. They use that in mating to hold on to the female if it's a male. The females use it to crush clams, hold on to food. I mean, they sink that beak deep into their fish when they're eating it. So they use the beak for a lot of different things.
Well, they're certainly not pretty, but I tell you what, they're pretty fascinating creatures.
Yeah, they're fascinating. They are one of the longest living creatures on the face of the earth, is the turtle and the shark. The alligator snapping turtle is the largest freshwater turtles that dwelled on Earth, and we had them right here in America, so that's pretty unique. They trapped them commercially for their meat back in the 60s and 70s and just wiped out the population of giants. In a 5-year span of commercial trapping, they had depleted the giants, and now to find anything over 100 pounds in the wild would be a very rare occurrence.
Well, for folks that want to see Crunch and Crumb, you can go down to the boat show this weekend. It's at the River Center all weekend long, tonight until 9, Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 9, and Sunday 11 to 4. And, you know, you got boats down there, there's RVs, there's fishing equipment, really anything that you want to see, and they can stop by and talk to you as well.
There's something for everyone down there.
All right, thanks so much for coming
You
in
bet.
and bringing
Thanks for having
the
us.
little Crumb instead of the big old Crunch.
All right, thanks.
Well, swimming, spinning, or a lesson in weightlifting, all before you head to work at a new facility geared toward business professionals in the Quad Cities.